Okay, so I'm going to pull in back into a spot up here and let them know what spot I'm parking in, and then, because I guess I'll be dropping, I don't know. Okay, so it's day cabber is USCS, US Cold Storage. Driver backing the trailer into a spot now. I'll wait for him to get in there, because I might just go ahead and drop in the park it in the spot next to it. Alright, yeah, he's got his spare brake set. I don't know, I didn't get a good look at a reference point with where to start my cut back, so I'll just do the 45-degree thing. This guy's newer at backing. So we can get out of the way before he pulls forward. And I think this yard jockey here is also new. Pretty sure this guy's training the guy. I can tell he's sitting there observing him the whole time. So, okay, so it's gonna be a straight back setup here. I'll be parking next to a drop trailer, and these northern refrigerated trailers here are kind of telling me where those trucks that I saw going the other way were coming from. They were indeed coming from here. Okay, door 8. So I might try to use the same trick I used yesterday if I have room. Yeah, okay, so I have this National Pride truck, and then right on the other side of it should be a drop trailer. And then after the drop trailer is where I'm parking. So when I get to the end of door 7, that's when I'm going to start my turn. When I see that so get out of the way. Okay, now I'm not going to have enough room for a straight back, so I'll do a U-turn setup here. Overshot a bit. Straight back till my tandems are in the center of the lane, then I'll cut over. I don't need to turn too much, I just need to get the trailer to react, that's it. actually there. Just leave room there for okay, I got the dock door and put in and we're going to, and he actually wants my antennas further up because this says the trailer will sit too high on his dock if I have if I leave the there we go. Dock. Straight back. Okay, yeah, it'll be this first door right here next to the office. Next to that first fleet drop trailer that I was looking at earlier. Oh man, what is with me today and turning too early. Finally got a dock door. Took a long time for Prime to get out of there. I don't know what the hell their holdup was. I think he got yelled at by a woman though, telling them he needed to get out of the door because he pulled me out from getting in. I wanted the door one. Tracks, so I can get a pretty good idea when to turn. No, that's too early. Alright, now I can see where I'm at in relation to the center. It's hard to, there's no line, so it's hard to tell.
brown bastard parked right beside that other one, didn't he? Chad, you here?
Walmart is getting on the northbound side, so I'll be good here. Place to park. I'll park in the back row like I usually will when I'm over here. Guess I don't get the easy spots, bastards. I don't need easy spots. I just rather park somewhere where people have an easy time parking near me. Oh, wait a minute. Might gotta park over there by the scale. Synchronized backings here. So I could park in any of these spots here, but I just don't want to deal with that. I'm trying to set up for those spots over here on the end. I'm on next to Prime in this long nose because these guys are both reefers. Alright. So it shall be. Good. Be a little heavy toward Prime, but it'll work. Hi, you guys. I'm gonna do. This is the narrated part of the 6 videos backings you've already seen prior to this. This first one here it'll be a backing to a drop spot at U.S. Cold Storage in Turlock, California. Okay, this one's going to be a straight back setup. I'm going to wait till the guy, because I'm going to park right next to the driver in the day cab here who's backing into a spot now. I'll be parking into the spot immediately next to him. So first thing I want to do is make sure I know he's not going to need to do any more pull-ups. I'm not going to go trying to go across this path until I know for absolutely certain that he's not going to need to pull forward to correct it, to fix his positioning for any reason. So just be a little patient. You don't have to be in a huge hurry. It's only going to take a little bit longer. Okay, standard practice here, straight back setup or any other kind of setup that's outside of a narrow lane. I'm going to start my turn when my trailer on my hood mirrors here are right on the opposite end of the other truck. Okay, so yeah, I'm steering at a normal pace, not excessively fast and not too slow. Okay, I'm starting to turn my steering wheel to the left now. You're going to see my tractor is still going to start pointing, keep pointing more and more toward this white Volvo here. But yeah, until I get centered, my steering wheel centered, or my steer tire centered actually, I'm going to keep pointing more and more to the right. And then once I'm centered, you'll see the steer tires go more that way. Now this one I did over adjust. As I said, I'm kind of played a little bit of a guessing game. Now I see my trailer is pointing a little bit toward this guy, so I intentionally overshot this, on this just because I knew that my trailer was pointing this way, and I need to, and the way to fix that, because my tandems are positioned okay, but my drive tires, I need to fix the angle on the trailer by moving my drive tires this direction over here. The way to do that is to get the front of my tractor go more that way too. Okay, now I have a straight back setup there. As you see, I'm going straight into the spot. Okay, my tandems are right in line with the line as what it appears. Just keep going back at an angle like I am. So the trailer is pointed off to the other side of the hole, not straight back. My goal here, let the tandems get in the middle of the spot first, and then I'll adjust my angle by steering to the right. Okay, see a slight bit of right movement there. The slight bit of right steering, if you're watching the steering wheel here, is also going to cause the drive tires to go to the right. The front of the tractor goes left, back of the tractor goes left, but the drive tires go right. So wherever I steer is where my drive tires go. And wherever my drive tires go is where the front of my trailer goes. I like where my tractor or my tandems are positioned. I don't need them to move anymore. I just need to move my drive tires to the right, or to my right, to your view left, to get the trailer to line up, to square up more with the spot. Okay, and then you see, just watch the constant adjustments that I make. I'm not making big adjustments with the steering. I try to keep it in the ballpark as centered. All right, easy peasy there. Okay, the next backing here is going to be the same location, but going into the dock door now. Okay, now while I'm pulling forward, you gotta this guy here, I believe, is being trained by this individual here, because he's being watched. Now, I do want to show you before I get over there where he's at. Okay, his tandems are right there on top of the line. The way his tractor is angled, and see the way he's steering, he's steering to follow the trailer in, but problem is the tandems are off to are already on top of the line. If he keeps steering to follow it, the tandems are going to keep rolling over more toward what this door 42 or whatever it is, and then he appears to be going for door 43. So this is a very common mistake I see made with newer drivers too, is trying to follow a trailer in that's not ready to be followed yet. Let the tandems get where they need to be. If the tandem's already there, you need a lot more angle on this. See the tractor to the trailer offset here? Okay, as long as the tractor's offset from the trailer the way it is, which I would, we can say maybe is a roughly 45 or so angle, if even that. Okay, the trailer's going to keep rolling in the direction that it's pointing at. So the trailer's pointing over here to door 42. So what happens is the trailer's going to go off course from where it's centered. It's already centered there. Now, the trick for that, to make sure you don't have to chase it down or readjust or position whatever, would be to just stop where you're at. Do a hard left forward move to create more articulation there, or a heavier offset between the tractor and the trailer. The heavier offset will allow the tractor to rotate the trailer more and keep it from rolling as much. Yeah, it's more of like a jackknife kind of turn what he would be ideally wanting with where his tandems are located right now. So these are things to watch for. You want to pay close attention to how much, what kind of rotation and roll the trailer is doing at every time. And anytime you feel like you're getting too much of one and not enough of the other, you need to make adjustments so you can make you can counteract whatever you're getting too much of or too little of. Okay, I'm moving on. I'm going to dock in. This is going to be a kind of a U-turn setup here. This one here too, the yard jockey I think is also getting trained. Even when I was walking back to my truck before this backing, I saw this guy out here watching the guy backing into one of these spots over here. So a lot of training going on here. Okay, I'm going to be backing into one of the spots over here on the other side of this part of the building. I don't recall the exact door number. It could have been door 8 for all I know. Again, this is U.S. Cold Storage in Turlock, California. Okay, so there's enough room over here for me to do at least a U-turn setup, maybe even a straight back. Not quite a straight back here because the drop trailers that are in line with my door, but I was able to get enough of one where I could do a U-turn setup. And this is this is one of these kind of backings that I have no idea why sleeper cab drivers don't ever do these. They are so easy to do and they're so very useful. You just got to learn the process. It's a very simple process too. Same thing here. When I get one spot past my door, that's when I'm going to start my left turn. And I did forget to get the interior view footage on this one, so unfortunately you don't see the steering wheel movement on this one. But okay, now I think I'm getting out of the truck to. Okay, see, I'm just doing a regular U-turn. Okay, so all I was doing there was waiting for that bobtail to go by. Once he's by, setting up for I can't quite do a straight back setup, and because of this truck right here, so I'm going to use the space over here instead. But I need to get enough trailer angle to where it doesn't go shooting toward the drop trailer that's next to my spot. This northern trailer right here, Northern Refrigerator, whatever that company's called, I forget. I don't want my trailer pointing. Cause if I stop my setup too soon and I go to chase the trailer down right here, what's going to happen is my trailer will start pointing right at this trailer here, which I don't necessarily want. I got to consider where my tandem's position in relation to the center of this spot here. So that's what I'm watching for. So I went a little bit extra there, so I have a little bit better chance of chasing it down. Okay, so as you see, you started to chase it down with. You can see how the back of the trailer starts going more toward where my tractor is facing, which means I'm chasing the trailer down. But then it gets to a point where I'm just following. I'm just putting just enough steering in to see how the trailer is staying the same distance offset from my tractor. That means I'm putting just enough tractor steer in to keep the trailer rotating at the rate it already is rotating. Once, yeah, and then I since I already see that I'm off to the side here, I'm off to the right side of my door, or the viewer right. Yeah, I'm off to the right side of the door, and of course I'm on the view here. It looks like I'm off to the I'm off to the left. I need to go right, but from my view looking forward, I'm actually off to the right. Okay, I want to get some angle, but not excessive. Now, see how my trailer is pointing somewhat toward where this northern refrigerated trailer is. More toward the sight side of my door particularly. And then just go straight back. Okay, here's another area where people get in a hurry and make mistakes. Don't be in such a damn hurry to get the trailer pointed straight back into your hole. You see where my tandems are? They're nowhere near the yellow line here. So that tells me that they're not in position yet where I need them to be. Once I'm actually docked in, I want them to be right by or on top of that yellow line. So I want to make sure I give them a chance to get over there. I have the trailer angled where I want it to. Just push it straight back, and my tandems get positioned more toward the center of the line. Then I'll worry about steering left to get my drive tires over this direction. So I get close. Now as I get closer, I can usually cut off some of the angle by moving the drive tires progressively further to the left, but it also depends heavily on how much space I have to work with between the back of my trailer and where the dock door is. The more space I have to work with, the more I can get away with cutting off that angle progressively, and I have an easier time chasing it down to complete the backing without doing any pull-ups. But if I don't have so much room to work with there, the more I keep making little adjustments to cut off the angle, the more likely I'm going to be to have to pull forward to correct any slight problems there. Okay, see now I'm coming, okay. I guess that one was done. Now, this one here, I'm at the Tyson Foods plant in Broken Bow, Oklahoma. Making a delivery here. I will be docking into a door right over in this area here. Actually, right next to where this Tyson day cab yard truck is. This will be a straight back setup. So it's kind of same situation here mostly. Okay, I'm going to be docking in between this trailer here and this tractor right here. So I'm going to go basically to the opposite side of this tractor here, and then I'll start my turn. Okay, now I never did come into a straight maneuver there, so my trailer is off tracking to the right. You can't see it here, but the trailer's off tracking to the right, which means that it's going to take less movement of the steering wheel to get it to rotate more and roll less. So I got to keep that in mind. So knowing that, it's a good practice to compensate by going a little further out that way, not too much, maybe partially into the next lane before you start turning right if you're trying to do a straight back. The other way you can compensate would be slow down on your steering. Start at the normal time, move at the normal rate, but maybe steer toward the limit a little more slowly than you normally would. Okay, I can't see much there. See, I'm starting to straighten out my steering here. Where am I pointing? I'm pointing more or less 45-degree angle. I mean, it's not perfect. I think I had a bit of a run of backings in this period here where I was not timing my turns just right, but it's all right. That's how we make adjustments and how we learn too. Okay, so see as you see here, the trailer's pointing like 2 spots over from where I really want to be docking in, which is right here. So I have to make adjustments. If I steer straight, I'm going to end up way over there. My tandems, where are they positioned? They're looking pretty close to centered. So I need a left tractor offset or articulation. So And the other way I can do that, see, is since I had room to work with here, I just went ahead and steered right while moving forward. And what that does is move my drive tires that direction. And when I move my drive tires that direction, my trailer also angles more toward my door. Not too much steer, just just a little bit to give you a better angle. Okay, my door's already open here, so I'm already back in. Now, my tandems look like they're, if I were to go straight back toward my door, they'd probably be right in line with this tractor here on the right, on the driver's side of it. So I do want it to roll straight back more to the center of my door first before I go trying to angle it back. Now, see, I have room to work with here, so now I'm going, this is one of those cases where I have tons of room to work with to gradually cut off the angle. So this is what you see me doing here. Cut off some of the angles so it's a smaller gap between me and this other tractor here. And then I straighten it out. Okay, I overcorrected a little bit, so I give it a little bit more angle because I'm trying to get my tandems to get at the time that they need to get to the center of my spot. Okay, and then make the little micro adjustments from there. It's a hell of a lot easier to follow the trailer back like that when I make these smaller adjustments and I have more space to work with back behind my trailer. See, very small adjustments. You know, if I have any problems there, I can easily correct it. It doesn't take much string at all, and then I just steer straight to, until I get the trailer position better, and then I steer again to change the trailer's angle and chase it back down again. Okay, that's it for that one. This next one here is at OK Foods in Heavener, Oklahoma, which is about 85 miles or so north of Broken Bow. This was the pickup that I did immediately after that delivery that you just saw me doing. Okay, this is again going to be a mostly straight back scenario. It'll be somewhat of an offset backing, I guess you can say. Now, offset backings we don't do like we do in CDL schools. This is more of what you call an offset backing in the real world. Okay, I go overshoot. I mean, I start my turn like I normally would, but the arrangement of the driveway here is what limits me from setting up a completely textbook straight back maneuver. So that's why I call this more of an offset, because I can't put my tractor straight in line with my door with what space I have. So I need to come over here and use some of this other driveway space instead. Okay, now I did adjust a little bit more there because I want more room to work with to get my tandems as centered as I can in the spot. I don't want them to get deeper in the spot before they ever get a chance to center. I want them to center further up, but I don't want so much of an offset angle between the trailer and the door that it becomes even more difficult to line up. So yeah, just within less than a 45-degree angle offset from the door is good. That way it's a very easy adjustment. Now, see there, now I did make another adjustment because I'm trying to figure out where exactly the door is at in relation to where I'm actually positioned. So, okay, steering straight. You can see the trailer is off tracking toward my blind side. And I'm just going to give it a little bit of extra angle. I'm tracking my drive tires over here, and then eventually I'm going to steer right to get my steer tires over here and square up with the hole. Okay, hard to see where exactly my door is with these lights shining. Plus, I knew there was a guy working over here with these pallets in the area. So, yeah, or see the guy washing the pallets over here. So I'm trying to keep an awareness of everything that's going on anywhere near there. Okay, now I'm starting to get some off track, which means my trailer is starting to angle more and more toward my spot. I'm going to chase it down. Okay, I don't like where it's at, so I come back over to where off track toward the sight side to give the trailer a little more angle to work with. And I'm also, keep in mind here, you can see this, I think what I think might be a post, or I can't tell if that's a yellow line, a stripe on the wall, or a post, like a yellow barrier post. got to watch for that kind of stuff. And I want to make sure I'm not in where I'm not angling in a way where I can possibly hit it if I don't absolutely need to. Okay, so you see my tandems are still off to the right side of my door. I need my tandems and my trailer to keep pointing more and more toward this side over here where the shipping office is. In order to I need to give them, because I'm starting to run out of space to work with here too. So less space means I need more angle. More space to work with, that means I don't need so much angle to work with to get it where I need it. So that's why you see me off tracking again to the right. Now I'm going off to the left. And chase it back down, see where I'm at. Line up just so I can look down both sides and get a basic idea where I'm pointing. Okay, straight back. Now you can see where my trailer's angling off this direction a little bit, but it's pretty well placed. So now the focus here is get the drive tires over here in the direction of this forklift. Or actually, it might be completely straight already. Now, I was trying to use the lines that were... There was a prime truck that was there in front of me. I don't know if I can show... I don't think I'll be able to get much of a view, but... Okay, you see how you see the water marks here from where I was maneuvering or any other trucks that might have been coming in and out of the lot? Well, the prime truck that was in that door before me had the same kind of marks coming out of their spot. So I was also using those marks from the prime truck to help me gauge where the center of my door was, or my lane was, whatever. So little small tricks of the trade that'll help you out with making your backings a little more precise. Okay, I gotta try to remember where exactly this one was at. So yeah, that load in Heavener, from out of Heavener, I ended up taking up to Boone, Iowa. And then after that, I ended up going to Grand Island, Nebraska to pick up another load that I took. Oh, this is Dodge City. Yeah, the Flying J in Dodge City. Yeah, I took this load to California. Actually, I still have a very small part of the load under me now. Okay, I put this view in here so you can see. Watch the tandems in relation to the truck over here. A very common problem with inexperienced drivers is turning corners like this and hitting the truck that's parked in the corner. So actually, this is one of the reasons why I will not park in the corner spot on a lot. If I don't absolutely have to, I'll avoid these like the plague. Just because of rookie drivers not forgetting the fact that they're in a truck and not a car, and not paying attention to their tandems. Watch the tandems. Let your peripheral vision worry about where the front of the tractor's going. Stare at your tandems. You do not take your eyes off your tandems. I cannot stress this enough. If you want to make sure you don't ever have any accidents moving forward, or what you now my Cedar England experience, they would call this HPV UFO, hitting parked vehicles or fixed objects. So slow speed, forward rolling accidents are what they call HPV UFOs. Very, very common type of accident mishap made by inexperienced drivers. Again, this is not a damn car. Do not try to move it like a damn car, okay? Watch your tandems. If let learn how to use your peripheral vision to worry about what the tractor's doing. You don't need to be staring at what the tractor's doing. Because the more you stare at where the tractor's going, the less you're paying attention to your tandems. Trust me. I've had so many several trainees in the past tell me I am looking at my tandems. No, you're not. I'm looking right at you. I know exactly what you're looking at. I have my head turned and I'm looking straight at what you're looking at. I know exactly where you're looking. You cannot tell me you're looking at your tandems when you're looking through your windshield and not at your mirrors. Period. So this kind of situation dictates you watch your tandems. You do not look in your mirror, in your windshield. You look in your mirror, stare at your mirror, and then try to focus on your rear and your peripheral vision. Let your peripheral vision tell you what you need to do with the tractor. It might take you some practice, but now in this case here, I'm not clear of this tractor until my tandems are alongside the front end of this guy, like it is here. Then that's the point where I know I can make a sharper turn and not worry about taking this guy's nose off. Okay, I'm gonna come back over here to this view because I don't have, because it was a pretty quick turn here. So you have a tractor here, a truck and trailer here, and then another truck with, I think it was like a container. I can't remember if it was a 40-foot container or a shorter one. It was a container trailer though. So he's further back in there. I'm gonna park in a spot next to him. So front of my tractor gets to the end of that container truck is when I start my turn. Notice how my trailer is off track into the sight side. So it's because of that, now it takes more time for me to get to where I'm lined back up with my trailer. However, my trailer is also at an angle. It's not at a perpendicular angle from the spot. These are all important details to watch for, because how soon or late you want to start your backing setup depends on what you're dealing with here. See how my trailer is already angled out that way, so it takes less to get it pointed in the direction I need it to when I'm actually ready to start backing up. So using up some of this space, and then I won't necessarily move my tractor till it's completely, okay. Now normally on a typical setup, I'll point my tractor straight down the lane that I'm in. As you see here, I'm pointing a little bit of an angle, because I don't need it turn off track and so far from my trailer. I have enough to work with here where the trailer will get over here on the other side of this container truck, no problem. Okay, see, the trailer is off track. It's picking up. It's off track more and more as it just goes straight back with the trailer. These are things to watch for. Okay, watch here. I'm going straight back. A little bit of right, but I notice how the back of my trailer goes from about this, I don't know, maybe this far away from my tractor, from here over to here, to where it gets further and further away. That tells you it's going to rotate more and rotate less. These are little details to watch for when you're backing. Okay, now I'm following the trailer. You can see the tractor pointing more and more that direction, and you also see the corner of the trailer staying about the same distance away from in line with the tractor as it already was. Now I'm chasing it down. And see, I made little steering adjustments. Again, I didn't have my steering view cam, so you could see a better view there, but I made adjustments there. Basically took out some of my left turn. It's still turning left, or maybe straight. I'm just not doing so much left if I am turning left. That way the trailer has a chance to come back more toward this guy here. Okay, now chasing it back down. Just little adjustments, and then all of a sudden, and then at the end, I just chase it. Okay, back-to-back parking spots like this. I can't stress this enough. I highly, highly, highly recommend get out and look on these particular kind of backings more than any other kind of backing. Now, normally, if you ended up love tapping another truck on the backside of you, it's probably not a problem in a lot of cases, because the back of the trailer is designed to back in to bump into dock doors and stuff. But you might still get an anal guy who gets all bitchy that you just woke him up, or he hit his trailer still, and worrying that you might cause damage. In all likelihood, you're not going to necessarily do damage, but you still. Maybe you want to be able to leave space so you can do your pre-trip or post-trip inspection when you get through your post-trip inspection when you get through parking, or when you're done, when you're done with your 10-hour break and want to start moving again, you can do a pre-trip inspection. You can't really do a good pre-trip if you can't walk between your trailer and whoever's behind you. So highly, highly recommend going anytime you back into these kind of spots, more than any other kind of spot. Okay, last backing here will be at the Loves in Pauls Valley, Oklahoma. And I was going to be delivering to the Walmart right across the freeway from here the next morning, and decided to end my shift here. Give you kind of an idea of the layout. Now watch where I'm looking when I get into the lot. And if you're listening to the audio part of the backing compilation before I added the narration part, you're gonna know that I decided I was gonna back into one of the spots over by the Catskill that point in this direction. Normally I like to look for spots like this where I can just easily back in, or not necessarily so easily because the tandems are further away from the spot by the time I can set up, but you can potentially do a straight back setup here, which means there's less chance of me getting hit by somebody who might be parking nearby. So these spots here are great, especially if you're a nose-in parker like this guy. Again, I will never ever recommend nose-in parking. I do not give a damn what your reason is. I do not ever recommend it. However, it's not my truck to worry about, but I do always say safety trumps convenience or whatever else. So, but I don't need to argue about that point. If you prefer to nose in, these are the kind of spots where you're better off nosing in. Don't try to nose into spots here where you have other trucks parked across the lane from you, and it's a lot more difficult to get out of. Where you have a whole straight back area there, that's if you're going to do it at all, that's the place to do it. Though, of course, I will never recommend that kind of backing or that kind of positioning, because when you go to leave that spot, you can't see anything when you're coming out. You have no idea what you're backing out into. Okay, plenty of spots over here again, but like I said, why park in a 45-45 spot? If I could park somewhere else where there's even more, it's still a 45-45 backing that you're going to see me doing here. But there's more space to work with where I actually did park than where the row is here. Okay, what am I looking for here? Now there's some spots over here I could have even parked in, but I want to park by reefer trailers because I pull a reefer myself. I don't want to have to worry about, I have a reefer trailer and also have an APU, which I typically run. I don't want to be parking next to people who are going to bitch about me running my reefer unit or my APU. Yeah, I don't have to worry about anything. Yeah, if these guys on both sides of me are reefers, then that's great because I know they're used to reefer noise and no worries at all about the noise of my reefer unit or APU disrupting them in any way. Okay, I'm in a turn here. Again, now normally I'd start my turn right here when I'm at the driver's end of prime. And in fact, I did continue the turn here. So I'm looking here. I'm looking off to the right. Now I'm looking, okay, going straight ahead. There's plenty of space to work with here. I don't want to go straight this way if I don't have a lot of space to work with. But this particular case, I had a lot of space to work with, and I had enough to work to get my trailer. Okay, I have all this area here in front of the Catskill I can work with. But I do need to think ahead. If I'm going to steer left, so I can get my trailer rotating in the direction of my hole, I got to think also, where's my tractor pointing? If I turn my tractor off to the left, I got to think ahead on my next, when I'm starting to back up, where's my tractor pointing at? I don't want it pointing at this reefer trailer right here. I want it to point clear, that's where I'm pointing, staying clear of it. And I have room to maneuver around it and still allow my trailer to do what I need it to do. So these are little details you got to watch for. Think more than one move ahead of what you're actually doing, and ideally, okay. So I'm going straight back. Now you can't see, but I'm looking in my right mirror now. See, or actually, I'm looking at my left. I'm watching the trailer, but you can see I'm looking over here now to check my mirror, make sure there's nobody over there, and also make sure I'm clear of that trailer that you saw over there. And then I go back to looking at my trailer. Okay, harder left, because I know my trailer now. My tandems, where are they at? They're still kind of in front of prime. The trailer, the angle is not bad. The tandems are right in front of prime. I need them to go more toward the center of my spot, not in front of prime. So I need to keep my trailer at angle enough to, toward the opposite side of my spot. Okay, so I'm going straight back now. My trailer's angle in that direction, not straight back, because my tandems are not where I need them. Again, let the tandems go straight back. See, I'm cutting off the angle a little bit. Now, see, the trailer's coming back. It's not straight back still, but it's more straight back, because the concern here I also have, the heavier my trailer is off tracking from the spot, the more I have to worry about where my ICC bar is positioned and how close I am on the opposite side of my trailer to hitting the guy on the other side of me. So if I keep my ICC bar closer to this side of my spot, then I don't have to worry about hitting this guy over on the other side of me. Okay, make extra little adjustments here now. Okay, my goal here. Now I'm looking in my mirror. I usually stick my head out the mirror when I'm doing these 45s, but once I'm so far, once my my off track is less than a certain amount, then I'll start using my mirrors. Okay, my tandems are already positioned where I need them. Now I want to focus on my drive tires. Get them where I need. Okay, my front of my tractor is actually right in front of this guy here, but I'm not too worried, because as long as I'm going straight back, wherever my drive tires are is where my steer tires will end up too. But since I'm mainly concerned about getting my drive tires lined up with where my my trailer tires are, basically about the similar distance to the line as the trailer tires are. Not quite, but because I have super single tires on my tractor, and it's a little more narrow wheelbase, or dimension from the outer end of the right side tire to the outer end of the left side tire, versus what my trailer tires are. But okay, here's so finish it up with this. Just chase it down and straight back. Okay, this is the last viewing. This is the last part here. So that's all I have on this particular video. I'll have some more backing compilations for you and sometime in the future here. Okay, thanks for watching.